my card making station, I have a section where I have some loose papers. And they're kind of driving me nuts. You know, a book of stamps, some of these stamps. These are my address labels that I custom make. And I've got my custom made QR code to put on the back of the handmade stamps. So I need a way to organize it. I've got some pretty paper that can do just that. So my idea is to create a book that can house all of these items. The way that I had made this, I can't use thread to bind it. I could use glue, but that's going to be messy. I don't really want to use tape. So this is where my thermal cinch is actually going to come in handy. So we're going to do a thermal cinch project today. You're going to need your thermal cinch. You're going to need a scoreboard, a tab maker, and a cutter. And that's why I like the Works, because it's all in one, which is fantastic. Some pretty paper. I am using 6 pieces of paper that I got from the scrap room. This is Pebble and Echo Park new releases. So I definitely have stickers that I can use to decorate this, which is even more fun, right? And I'm going to have a lot of extra scraps that I can use on my cards, which is a win-win. So I'm going to show you how to make one of these pages because I've already made the other ones, and I'm going to show you how to make this middle tab. I feel like middle tabs are pretty hard to do. So what I did is, this is 9 inches tall because some of my custom stickers are going to be 8.5 inches tall, and I wanted to keep them protected. The edges nice and crisp. So this is a 9 by 12 piece of paper, and it is going to land right here. So that means I need to have a middle tab here. And what I am going to show you how to do is make this super easy on yourself. I've got my tab punch right here. And what it does is that it essentially rounds the corner for the tab. And then you'll flip it over and measure the length here, the L. So I'm going to line this up. And I am going to get as close to this edge as possible with my previous tab, and then I'm going to punch it. See how it did that? Now, I was a little off, and so I punched it wrong, and that's okay. What I can do is now go back in and punch it. Not a big deal at all. Easy peasy. So now that I've got the one section punched, I'm going to go through and I'm going to line this up with the large number and punch it like that. So when I get this back in my book, that's what it looks like right now. I'm going to have a tab right here. And then I'm going to take my trimmer, and I like to start here. So I'm going to try to move my trimmer into that spot. And there's a handy dandy little line here to help guide me. And I'm going to pull away. And I'm going to do the same thing over here and pull away. Now, I think I could probably get a little bit closer on this edge, but that's okay. Not a big deal. Then I'm going to rotate this over so the tab is on my left side, and I'm going to score at 5 3/4, and that's going to make this tab. So 5 3/4. We're not done with this yet. We still need our trimmer. So I guess you can be done with the scoreboard part. Okay, so now we're going to fold it, crease it, make it all pretty like. And then on this side, this is 9 inches wide, so I'm going to go halfway down, which is 4.5, which is about the size of an A2 card. 4 1/4 is an A2 card. I'm going to start at my crease line and work out. And then I'm going to take the top bit off. So let's just confirm. Yep, that will be the top portion. I line this up and I will cut it off here. Beautiful. So now I have an extra piece that I can use on any cards that I want to make. Yay! So not only do I get to make a cute organizer, I also get to make some cute cards. So I'm going to put these back in order, and we'll see the almost finished product. Look at how cute that is. I love the colored tabs here, and I will actually go ahead and I'll label these with my label maker that I have. I am going to not glue this down quite yet because I'm not sure what the glue is going to do with this flap. So I'm going to leave these glued and then come back and glue them later. This I cut a little too short. So what's going to end up happening here is I made a binding out of some scraps from this project. And I used my scallop punch. And now I'm going to cut it down to 9 inches so that it all looks nice and neat. Let's confirm that it looks beautiful, and it does. Beautiful, beautiful. I wanted to wait for my scoring until I could actually see how big this book is together. It really is a tiny, tiny book. So it is, just measuring here, like that's 1/4 inch. Okay, so that means that I need to find some centers here. So this is 2.5, I'm going to say. So my 1/2 inch, or my halfway mark, is going to be 1 1/4. And then I'm going to have 1/4 inch. So 1/4 inch is 2/8. So I'm going to go on either side of my 1 1/4 and score. And then I'm going to score again, because the way to get this to look nice is to have 2 score lines right next to each other. So I'm scoring at 1, 1 1/8, skipping 1 1/4, 1 3/4, and 1 1/2. So I've got 4 score marks on this paper. I think I like the pink better. Okay. So then I am going to only fold that one. Then I'm going to fold back on the smaller 1/8 one, because that's where our book is actually going to open. And it just makes it nice and neat when you have a spot for your book to actually open in. Okay? And I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to score in, or try to line this up as best I can. Varnish it. Fold back on itself on that small little 1/8 of an inch fold line. There we go. Okay. So now what I can do is I am going to add my glue strip. And these are just the custom glue strips that come with the packaging. Well, you actually have to buy it separate, but I was able to get a good deal on that. So I'm going to go ahead and go like this. And these are going to be 1/4 inch, which is perfect. I am going to move this up off the edge so it does not go edge to edge. You see there's going to be a gap there where my glue strip is not going to be. Took the release paper off and put this down. So I've got scraps. I'm going to use them because otherwise they're just going to get lost. I could use a full strip, but where's the fun in that? Be creative and use what we have readily available to us. Beautiful. Okay, let's test the book. Looking good. This is the back side. Look at how cute that flower is. So fun. Okay, I'm going to grab some binder clips. Life of having a dog and kids. You get all the hair everywhere. Okay, so that looks good. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. Then, just to hold it in place, then I'm going to add this. Make sure that looks all good. Now, the pre-made binders, this binding, have adhesive on them. I don't do that. I don't glue this on until it's glued on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to be on the thing for me to do that. Okay, so this is kind of wonky here. There we go. Okay, so now I can add it to my thermal cinch, which is super easy to do. We just go like this, lace it in, press the timer. It starts flashing, and it'll beep when it's done. Okay, it's done. I'm going to set it to the back here and let it cool for several minutes. Now that we have everything adhered, I'm going to go ahead and add some glue to my binder. And I'm just using art glitter glue in the My Sweet Petunia glue press. It's going to be super easy to do this. Just add some glue, more glue, and press it down. And I'm going to do the same thing for the back edge. And it looks like my spine was a little bit bigger than it was supposed to be, which is okay. I can fix that super easy by just using my scissors and trimming it. Like, how easy is that? Trim, trim, and we're good to go. So now my book is bound. I'm gonna train it to open it the way I want it to, right on that edge there. And now I can open my book and have all of my pieces in here. So next step is going to actually glue these flaps down. It's going to be super easy to do. I'm just going to add some glue along the bottom and one side, as close to the edge as possible. And then I'm going to kind of tuck it in a little bit so that there's a little bit of a bolster here, which means you can pull the item in and out of the page a lot easier when that happens. Okay, next one. And so forth. And that is a super easy way to create a pocket page book for things like stickers and stamps and address labels. Like what a cute way to do it. Now I have 2 extra tabs here so that I can have my holidays and my Christmas, because you know those lists are very long. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.